Alright, hello everyone. We are back with another exclusive YouTube cast. One of these players did message me, early Iron Vault here, but one of the players messaged me and said that this was essentially the best Infernal versus Vanguard you can find on the ladder. So I knew we had to get this one casted and put on YouTube before the patch breaks all the replays tomorrow. Very unfortunate. I came home from work, a very long day. I'm in my suit still, and I'm ready to cast some. So let's find out who is playing in the top right. The Teal Infernals player all the way from Korea playing for Onside Gaming. It is our friend Control. And spawning in the bottom left, the sexiest man out there, playing also from Korea for a team I'm sure, but I don't know what it is. It is mangrusl, but we'll just call him Sexy Man. Let's see, we got a dog coming around. The dog's just kind of chilling, doing a little bit of aggressive shenanigans here. He's going to jump and attack the Hexen a little bit. Not really get too much HP damage going on, but I'm assuming that losing that Shroud health is annoying because you're going to want to creep with that Hexen later. The Iron Vault opening indicating that we are going to get a Brute, and that is, of course, what it is. I mean, what else could you get? Nothing, really. Back home, we've got a Habitat, and mangrusl is sending out a Lancer over to start taking this health tower. I'm assuming at the same time. Yes, exactly. The Infernal player is going to be doing that as well. Control is probably the favorite player here. He is one of the best Infernals on the ladder as far as I can tell. At least one of the highest Infernal MMR'd player here in this tournament. Let's see. So it seems like we're going to actually wait, which one did that? Oh, must have infested that one. I just didn't actually get to see it. Oh, and we popped the Brood. I didn't even notice that, but we popped the Brood as well. Nice pull back there, keeping that Fiend alive, and now he's bolstered his forces into 5 Fiends and needs to be able to heal and lick his wounds. At the same time, the Vanguard player is also taking his health tower too. Lincoln the dog is near me. He's saying hello to you all, chat. He's saying, hello, my name is Lincoln. I'm a baby. So welcome him. He's a baby. Looks like we're going to be taking the Vision Tower as well. I guess we take as much damage as we possibly can on the Brute because we're just going to turn it into a Fiend anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. No skull at all. But there you go. See, it turns it into double Fiend, and it stays alive. Now we've got 7 Fiends and a Hexen going on. At the same time, we're taking the Speed Camp for the Vanguard player. He lost his dog. No, his dog's right there maybe? Yeah, okay, his dog's right there. I wonder if we're getting any sort of... No expand. Control's expand just about to finish. He's also taking the Speed Camp, so Control's actually got essentially 1 camp up on mangrusl right now. Mangrusl going to try and attack Control. Not exactly sure what he's going to find, but it's mostly Fiends, which I'm assuming can't really straight up fight. And instead, we're going to just take this Creep Camp. No, we're just going to deny our opponent from having it. If we take a look at the actual production facilities, there's still only the Iron Vault. There's no possibility of getting any sort of gaunts or anything like that. Well, I don't know how helpful they would be in this fight. But this is a very fast Megalodon. I don't know. Looks like we already have a Greater Shrine. So we've got our Tier 2 Town Hall structure. We're going to try to avoid the skull, but it does hit. I'm assuming we're coming in to try and attack. Well, I thought we were going to try and surround the Hexen. It looks like we are actually going to go for the Imps. At the same time, 2 of the Lancers are going to be running away, and there is also a couple of, a couple of Fiends that are denying. Not even delaying, just denying. Straight up denying that expand. Imps being pulled off the line. We do, I guess we have no mining from Control. No mining at all for Control. We're even going to throw down the Super Shroud Stone to be able to keep that going. Now we send a lot of workers back to work. At the same time, the retreating Lancers are getting attacked by the Fiends, but it almost seems like they are kind of holding their own. Big Daddy Brute trying to catch up with them. That Speed Camp never actually got claimed by anybody. And the Lancers up here are getting taken care of, so that means that we are mostly just in what I would describe as an almost even game. Unfortunately, mangrusl's expand is a little bit delayed, or at least a little bit later than he would have liked, I'm assuming. Control already having his, but not really mining from it, instead bolstering his imp count to try and, I don't know, become maybe a little bit healthier. I'm not exactly sure what that skull was doing. We're also kind of maybe going to attack the Bruiser with the amount of units that I don't think is enough. Maybe we're actually okay, I guess that is what we're going to do. Instead, we are immediately sending our Megalodon in, and it is getting absolutely demolished right now. A Brute joins the fight too. It doesn't seem like this is enough units to be able to deal with all of this here, but I don't actually know. The Megalodon doing a relatively good job of dealing kind of like one-on-one with that Piper, but that additional Bruiser's not doing great. The Fiend's already dead. I can't believe he actually kept that Megalodon alive with 10 HP. This guy punches for 12. So all it needs to do is do 1 more damage to the Megalodon. At the same time, there was something, I don't know, a dog or something like that. And wow, no kidding. You actually do win this fight there. Takes the Luminite Tower, really only lost the price of a Brute and I guess the additional 2 Fiends that spawn from that. Control also looking to posture to take an extra base. There it is. The 3rd base does go down. mangrusl is, I don't know, getting the Exo upgrade. He's still on a singular, no, sorry, he's gotten 3 barracks, all doing Exos. And we have a significantly higher creep yield from Control, especially with that Luminite Tower, rather than, well, just the health camp, which we can't really take advantage of, and the speed camp, which doesn't necessarily do all that much for us. Maybe to a degree it does, but I don't know how much it really helps. Control throwing down the Ritual Chamber as well, presumably for the Plague. I mean, I would say Plague Axes, but we don't actually have a singular Gaunt on the field. No, there are some Gaunts. I lied. There they are. 1 round of Gaunts. We come in, we're going to, I guess, fight over this. We're scared of what I'm assuming we're scared of the Megalodon. No, it looks like we are actually totally fine. mangrusl is deciding I have more than enough here. 1 Fiend. Sorry, 1 Fiend does spawn, but ultimately Control is forced to walk back here. He does not have the ability to upgrade his Magmadons. There's the sensor drone, which makes us very sad. We don't want to see that. We want to see the dog with the antenna coming out of its face. That's our favorite unit in the game. 1 dog is very, very fast. Look at how fast this 1 puppy dog is. It is just a zoom in through the map. We don't really have anything to deal with the sensor drone here, so it's getting just kind of a free scout of our house here. Control going over to try and retake retake his health tower, and the Magmadon's coming into a stomp, trample all over the ground units. 3rd base already finished and taken for mangrusl, and we are moving out with an Exo Force to be able to take our own health tower. You can see that the Exos clearly have their upgrade. We do not have kinetic redirection yet for the Lancers. I'm curious to see if we are actually seeing it being researched. Oh no, that's the hangar bay. It is being researched. Yes, it absolutely is. Man, this sensor drone lasts forever apparently. Or does it actually last forever? Does the sensor drone never? I just assumed it must have had like a cooldown or something. Does it actually not have a cooldown and it's just its health? Because right now it's actually being healed currently. I wonder why that is. I don't actually know. Now we're going to take the speed camp as well. We have Weavers. Our army is solidifying. Plague Axe is on the menu. It's about 50% of the way done. We also have Harbingers, so maybe we're going to see some drops of some kind. Maybe Gaunt drops, maybe Magmadon drops, but then I would assume that we would have the stun, which we do not have as of this moment. We do see the army with our scouting fiends. Oh, maybe it's just to launch or to like get Shroud. That's actually smart. Big yoink comes in. We're gonna die. We're gonna infest that. We're gonna kill that Exo. Great. We also throw down a living effigy, an effigy that's not just for show. It will always survive until it dies. It doesn't have a timer. It has more health. All of that good stuff. And it looks like we're going to try to keep doing a bunch of damage. mangrusl is doing his best to continuously kite backwards. He does not want this Infernal Army to be able to catch up with his units in any way, shape, or form. Nice yoinks, though, coming out of Control. He's making sure that the Exos are dying. He throws on another effigy. I wonder if that's what you should be focusing down as mangrusl. I honestly have no idea. Another Weaver joins the fray, so we're going to have 2 yoinks out of here. A couple of Exos do pop. But again, it is exclusively Exo. Big infest also slows the units down. Seems like we can't really take advantage of that, but a lot of these units are infested. We're going to slowly walk back to our Shroud, making the Weavers at the very least walk a little bit faster. You can see the units are fighting, but the Gaunts are definitely largely outnumbered here. One of the Weavers runs in and does grab one of them, but they were being forced back with our Gaunts here. The third base is being routed here by Control, and we are moving forward here. Control absolutely taking control of this game, if you know what I mean there. Throws another effigy, and we are absolutely inside mangrusl's house. He's got one bunkie here with nothing in it now. It just throws an exo in there. So because of Flax Cannon, which I'm assuming just does more damage, but I don't actually know. 22 damage. That's pretty good. Pretty fast attack speed too. So forcing our Infernal player back, but I mean, I would imagine that he's just really happy to take this third base down. He's got a fourth base of his own. It's not mining, but it still could be used for production, like to produce workers and things like that. We've now knocked our opponent down to 2 bases here. It's 4 bases to 2 essentially, and it looks like we also just kind of have the army control. mangrusl realizing, hey, I definitely need to get out on the map here. So he's going to work his way out of his little base here with the small little trees. We'll have to see if that doesn't work. I mean, or if that hurts him or something like that. If the army uses that to get in, one Bob kind of derping, you can see sort of above my camera as he throws down the third base. But I'm assuming Control smells this, honestly. He smells that there's something happening over here. He took the camp. He's got literally complete map control. He's free to rotate. mangrusl has literally no idea where his army is or anything along those lines. As we continue, the Mastiffs are going to also fall. We take the speed tower, and now we know. I don't know if we can really move out and do anything about it, though. Looks like Gravens are going to be our unit of choice here. I still don't really get what makes them so great. I was told they're like Ghost, but even better. I don't, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. There's a Graven getting immediately grabbed, but nice shield on the Graven, keeping it alive, and then it blinks away. It's kind of like our Armada or whatever. I can't remember what the hero that nobody likes is named. But either way, we are continuing to fight here. A lot of our units are dying for mangrusl. Unfortunately, Control really taking a great fight here. He's got a lot of his Gaunts not really fighting there. Imagine if the choke wasn't so bad. But now we actually moved through here, which I find surprising. Some sort of big, I don't know, pool of something fell on the ground. We also have some Hellborn firing from the low ground. I don't know exactly what they're shooting at. It looks like the bunkie. GG gets called, and that means it's going to be Control going up 1-0 in this series. Let's get into game number 2, my friends. Game number 2. Here we go. Game number 2 of this epic series is going to be on... I don't actually know yet. Let's see. It's also worth mentioning, I'm going to say that this is a winner's match, Isle of Dread. So whoever wins this one moves into the round of 16. Whoever loses this is going to go to the Deciders match, which is against Wood. This group's actually kind of plugging along, honestly. That's what happens when you get some professionals in here, am I right? We got Filibuster, we got Wood, we got mangrusl, and we've got Control. So absolute professionals. Spawning in the top left, though, currently down 0-1. He needs to win 2 games back-to-back to make it to the early round of 16, that is. It is mangrusl. And spawning in the bottom left, currently up 1-0. He needs one more win to join Snoxtar in the round of 16. It is my pal, Control. Let's see. Sending the Hexen on a little bit of a funky journey. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on that. The dog, though, is moving across the map. That's expected, honestly. We're expecting that. We get an iron vault opening. It looks like this is used to wall. Still learning the intricacies of the game. So I'm not really sure. I mean, it makes sense to me to wall because the dogs are very Zergling-esque, so you don't want to let those into your house for free. I wonder if that's just the normal path here for the Hexen to be able to walk across the map. One of those situations where right takes this way, or I guess bottom takes that way, like top takes this way, or maybe it's a decided choice here to try and avoid the dog so that the Hexen is able to get through without taking a little bit of damage. He's looking for that fast expand, which is clearly happening here. The units have been super bobbed. We're going to immediately recall out. I don't think the dog even got a hit off there. And the expand is going up. At the same time, it looks like Control maybe posturing for his own expand. He has a very little mineral, so it makes it suggest to me that he's already spent that money. Seems like, yes, bam, there it is. And throws down a meat farm as well for his troubles. Perfecto. Let's see. Same thing with a brute opening. last time we lost our Brute. I'm kind of curious to see if that again happens. I mean, it seems like the Brute is taking a lot of damage. That's another Fiend that is up. Let's see, pulling some of the units back. The dog being, or at least trying to be annoying. Yeah, we do lose the Brute. There it is. And, oh, the dog gets a Fiend kill, but that Fiend gets re-bolstered. There it is. You're going to push that away. Dog eats the flower so that he gets a little bit of health back. And then the speed camp goes to control. I mean, I think that's kind of what we all had anticipated there. Looks like the dog might actually get a little extra damage. We're going to try to get the full surround on the dog with the much faster Fiends. It almost looks like it's going to happen. Now they're no longer as fast. I don't know what movement speed is. This is a 7 movement speed. This is a 7 movement speed as well, but slightly faster because they have the speed camp. But I would imagine that's almost negligible to discuss. Ooh, so we get a fast barracks, fast mech bay, maybe for hogs. We might be seeing some hogs over here. At the same time, this is a very fast greater shrine. Greater shrine, I think maybe is what it's called. And we are still moving on with our army. I mean, this is probably very similar to the build that Control just played. I'm not actually 100% sure. Wasn't super paying attention. Throws down the concave with the Greater Shriner. I wonder if this is just for the early Magmadons? Because that is what he did. Ooh, this dog doing a lot of damage on the Hexen. Hexen only with 46 health left. I don't know how much damage a dog actually does, though. Also, if I punch my mic there, I'm kind of sorry. Let's see. It looks like it's 8 because I'm assuming it's late. Yeah. So it'd be 8 damage, 46. Got to hit it, what, 6 times. Unlikely for that to happen. Unfortunately, Fiend does die as it's retreating there. We also throw down the effigy to be able to help with this. This is one of those effigies that are not long for this world. It's only got 5 HP. Oh, double mech bay. We cancel our barracks. Sorry, cancel our barracks, and we are going exclusively hogs in this bad boy here. Yeah, going exclusively hogs. We have the singular dog from the opening, but I mean, I would imagine that we only have that because the game forces us to. I kind of remember a game in Season 1, but I think it might have actually been the other way around, honestly, where it seemed like the speed camp was really helpful for the Infernos player who was playing against hogs, if I recall correctly, but I don't actually know for sure. I'm not really qualified for anything, so yeah, I don't know. Just watching the hogs. Just watching the hogs here. One hog seemed to be kind of glitching or I don't know, moving around there, not really actually fighting. That's a big pullback on one of the hogs to make sure that it gets that healing flower, which it does. The dog is going to get, well, dog's getting low, but it's not that big of a deal. At the same time, we're continuing to take creeps. Everyone actually just creeping hard here. Big creeps from everybody. Everyone's a big creepazoid. Ooh, we do lose a Fiend there. And this one's going to get uninfested here relatively soon. We definitely want to focus it down. There it is. And we take the energy tower. At the same time, though, we are getting hogged right now. The big hogs jump on this. I don't know why we didn't necessarily go any further, but Ritual Chamber, Conclave. Ooh, Quick Weaver. I don't see any Magmadon, so I guess this early Greater Shrine must have been for Weavers rather than anything else. It's different from Game 1. Do we see the upgrade house anywhere? No, but we do see a third base, which essentially is a third and fourth, because there's 2 Luminite mines here. So that's nice. Control going for the exact same thing. Let's do a worker count cut. So you got, what is that, 12 plus 7... 19 plus 9, 28, and I saw 1 here, so 29. And on this side, we are, what is that, 16, that's 28. Oh, that's a lot, actually. 28. What is that? 28, there's one. I'm getting confused over here. There's too many. There's just too many over here, guys. We definitely got significantly more workers on the side of the Vanguard player, I would say. Maybe not significant, but, you know. We've got an amount that is more. Sorry, I'm too tired to do math on stream. I'm a math teacher. I don't know if, and by stream I mean on YouTube. I like math, but I'm tired. That's the cope. That's the cope we'll go with. But okay, so continuing on. We get a Twilight Spire, early Twilight Spire. This is the Reaper Rush. So we must already have Plague Axe, because I think you have to get one before the other. Yes, we already do have Plague Axe. We have Plague Axe already. We are moving forward. Looks like the effigy actually died there, but this effigy is forever, so I don't know how that happened. This effigy is forever too. Control is just kind of chilling. I wonder if you want to connect I wonder if you want to connect all of your bases. Like if this is like in Zerg, where Zerg wants to connect all their bases so their queens can move, but instead you're just kind of moving around for your weavers. Either way, though, this game seems to be going so much better for mangrusl. Mangrusl has a massive supply lead. Well, maybe not massive, but he's got a big supply lead. He's got a lot of extra minerals. Oh, and he's switching lancers. So interesting. It looks like the hogs maybe were just to take map control, and now we're going lancers, Vulcans. We're getting habitats, so we make sure we're not supply blocked. A machine lab. We are going to see some upgrades, presumably for the Vulcans. Maybe for the hogs. Maybe for the atlases. Maybe we get any sort of upgrades. Honestly, I don't even know. But Control does have a relatively big army. Look, we got a sensor drone getting a full scout off, seeing, hey, you don't have a ton of workers. I mean, he's definitely got some workers. Don't get me wrong. I'm not scoffing at this. I'm not saying no, but I am saying it's not a ton, honestly. Hogs are still moving across the map, or around the map. Sorry, I don't know why we don't maybe take the Therian Tower. Maybe we just don't need it. But if you have the map control, I mean, why not take it, right? And also, I love this control. It's still doing the Harbinger fly around. I'm assuming we're going to land this so we can get a free infest to create the shroud. No, it seems like the answer is no. We don't want more fiends. I guess he is supply blocked right now, so that would just put him over the supply cap. And maybe he doesn't like that or something like that. I don't really know. I also kind of think this looks like, I know I love the dog, but I think this kind of looks dope, honestly. Like, the new models and stuff like that are looking good. I'm looking forward to the patch tomorrow. I'm interested to see what changes. I know some people were disappointed that there was no balance changes or anything like that, which, I mean, is, like, partially good, partially bad, especially when you're running these long-form tournaments like I know we mostly are. Most of us are running these tournaments for Stormgate, of course. It's not just me out there. But it's like, it kind of sucks when the balance shifts dramatically, or, like, when balance changes dramatically during a tournament. But it's also fun to get a little bit of a shake-up. I mean, it is what it is, honestly. Kind of like what Blizzard used to do, was it seemed like they would either patch the game before or after major tournaments. They'd keep it in mind. Not that this is a major tournament in any way, shape, or form. It's not like this is, I don't know, a BlizzCon or anything like that. It's nothing crazy. It's not even like what the ESL like regional scene used to be, like WCS and things like that, the WCS circuit and stuff like that. Oh man, I'm old, guys. I remember all this. It was so interesting. Remember when we had such great RTS tournaments, and then you grow up and you want to be them, and that's what we do. You know, that's what you do, and you are them, and everything like that. Let's see. The chicken has 0 armor and 3 movement speed. Just kind of throwing that out there for anyone who is interested. Again, Control with a large supply difference. Definitely lacking in supplies. Floating a lot of Luminite. Maybe trying to go for the... I mean, it seems like he's pretty far off of the Animus to be able to get the dragon. We're getting a Gaunt drop. Looks like it's going to be directly into the main. And there's not a lot to deal with this. We're moving out on the map with our army here from mangrusl. The only thing that he's really going to have is going to be his reinforcements, which looks like it's going to be Exos. We're getting the upgrade for the Vulcan's jets. And Control's doing a really good job here of moving into multiple positions, it seems like, to attack. We have Plague Axe, so anything that we actually kill spawns fiends, which is awesome. Because, oh, nice little bubble there. But yeah, it's awesome. And at the same time, we are pushing and attacking. You know, like, so we're basically trying to split our opponent apart. See if mangrusl is as good at, multitasking as we believe he is. Seems like the answer is yes, honestly. Control's coming into almost like an absolute wood chipper slaughter here of Vulcans. They're just absolutely shoosting at the units. Man, almost well, it was almost 100 supply differential. It's a little bit different, of course. We are dropping in a different place, though, so we're losing Bobs. Spawning Fiends, which is nice for Control. Control definitely needs this. I think Control needs a lot more, though, honestly. A couple of Fiends are going to turn and die. Well, mostly. They definitely need to get out of there. We got a couple of more Fiends here. We're going to pick up and fly away. We've lost 2 Gaunts in this whole charades, but I think we've definitely likely killed a lot more Bobs, so that's ideal. At the same time, though, we have our friends, Mr. Fiends, running into the army. One side, knowing where the army is great, but the other thing, losing all those Fiends, maybe not great. I guess they are kind of free units to an extent. I'm sure that they're not, and someone will get angry, but you know what I mean. Let's see. These hedgehogs can only attack up if they were in the super hedgehog mode. The super hog mode. And I guess the only thing they can't really shoot up. Wait, can these shoot up? Okay, I didn't realize that. But Gravens can actually shoot up as well. We're gonna... Oh, fun. So we're actually going to get the sensor drone. Do we still have the sensor drone? No, it looks like the sensor drone over here. So we have the sensor drone over here. We do have a dragon, so I was correct. We do have the dragon. The dragon is out. This is the insta-win, I believe. I don't know why the Vanguard player is still in the game. I thought that they immediately leave the game when you get the dragon. That definitely was Control looking for a 4th base. I guess that's one thing I haven't been mentioning, but Control is continuing to expand like an absolute mad lad. And my pal mangrusl is still stuck or still staying on a smaller amount of bases. At the same time, we're coming in, we throw down the effigies so that we're able to get a bunch of plague axe defenses at the same time. Though we are moving across, yeah, this is, or not, we were moving across the map, and then mangrusl decides to go home. The supply is really actually evened out. It's actually falling in Control's favor here. So they are even supplies, give or take. The hogs are going to push some of the units back, but we have a collection of units in our opponent's natural there. At the same time, these units are over here. They can just kind of get picked up and fly away, as we do see that. Nothing really shoots up, as mentioned. The hedgehogs are going to try to get into the mode. Oh, wait, this might actually work. There it is. Getting vision from the sensor drone. That was huge, but our main is now very, very, very in danger. We have a couple of buzzsaw cannons. I guess we knocked those trees down at some point when I wasn't watching, but the dragon is still going, and we've already mentioned this, but there isn't a lot that shoots up, really. The hedgehogs have to move to hedgehog mode, super hedgehog mode, just like Sonic, or Sanic, if you will. But instead, we're just going to go home and lick our wounds. We've really kind of crippled our opponent. We've killed a base. We killed some amount of bobs over here. A lot of these bobs, or maybe we just forced them to transfer, etc., etc. At the same time, we never really had to give up our base or any sort of bases or anything like that from Control. Control has an absolute gigantic bank. He just spent about half of it on what I'm not sure. I was told that you were able to get multiple dragons, so maybe he got another dragon. Is that... I'm not sure. I see one dragon. This would be a really nice thing to get a units tab. We have Big Shroud coming in to try and stop this massive push. I guess maybe Control is figuring, or perhaps mangrusl is feeling, that he needs to win with this push. He had a lot of economic damage done. I'm assuming he's much lower in worker count. His economy is not as great. His bank is not as great either. Control's got... he's got money for days, so as long as he doesn't lose his production, he like, even if he gets his army routed, he should be able to remake it. I mean, he's not really supply block, or sorry, he's not really at the supply cap, but you can kind of see that he's really keeping up with the supply as mangrusl is killing it. Was that the second dragon? Was there a second dragon for a second? I'm not 100% sure. But mangrusl actually not even able to... Well, he doesn't go in to kill the base. Instead, he eats a gigantic flamethrower bolt right to the face. We also have some magmadons, and they do have the upgrades, coming in and stomping away at everything. Absolutely huge. I don't know what this is, that like oil slick thing. I don't know what that is. We are shrouding the entire world, presumably so we can get a little bit faster to be able to catch up to that, if that is indeed what Shroud does. I don't even really know 100% sure. But the Gravens are continuing to attack. They have an upgrade, but it doesn't have it yet. We have a dragon pushing everything back. A big infest on a lot of the units here. Mangrusl supply really has not come back from what it was. What are these? Bombs? I don't know. It doesn't show. But these are infested units. Now they're no longer infested. We're building almost exclusively Gravens. These better be the good units. I was told they were ghosts, but even better. Big blink forward to be able to take out one of the... what do you call it? One of the Magmadons, but we've kind of blinked into more Megalodons. Here we are, slowing them down as the dragon continues. We throw out an effigy to be able to help this fight go. And man, I think mangrusl might be out of units, honestly. I don't know what else he really has. He's building maybe lancers. I don't necessarily know if I don't think I'd really call these panic lancers, but they are lancers nonetheless. We're throwing down some sort of like grenade or bomb or something. I'm not sure what that is, but GG gets called. No way. Control moves on to the round of 16 to join Snockstar. Congratulations to Control. We'll see you guys in the next exclusive.